Je donne maintenant la parole à Madame Carine Jocelyn. Je vous en prie.
President, Excellencies, thank you for the opportunity to address you today. My name is Carine Jocelyn, and I am the founder and director of the Haitian Women's Collective, a collective which consists of 15 women-led organizations dedicated to empowering women and girls. This includes supporting survivors of conflict-related sexual violence through advocacy, funding, and community support. Haiti, the first Black republic and once a beacon for liberation from slavery, is today in crisis. The severe conflict between rival gangs and the Haitian National Police has led to a complete breakdown of law and order, frequent kidnappings, and widespread violence. Armed gangs control significant portions of the country and have displaced over 1.4 million people, more than half of whom are women and girls. 5.8 million Haitians, roughly 52% of the population, are facing acute food insecurity. 2.8 million children are in need of humanitarian assistance. Haitians who seek safety abroad are frequently denied their rights as refugees and forcibly returned to the dangerous situations they fled in the first place. With no elected officials in place and a transitional government that has struggled to maintain basic functions amidst the ongoing crisis, Haiti risks becoming a failed state. This complex crisis has led to an alarming surge in sexual and gender-based violence. The UN reported a 163% increase in cases of sexual violence in Haiti in 2025, primarily against women and girls. The real numbers are likely even higher. Women and girls are systematically raped, trafficked, and sexually exploited by gangs. They are being targeted in their homes, at displacement sites, and as they go about their daily lives. This violence is facilitated by easy access to military-grade weapons that armed gangs and other criminal groups illicitly traffic, primarily from the United States, in violation of this council's arms embargo. Many survivors are left without services or accountability due to an ineffective justice system, entrenched corruption, and an under-resourced police force. Many, including LGBTIQ persons and those targeted in displacement sites, do not report sexual violence due to fear of reprisal and stigmatization and lack of safe and accessible reporting mechanisms. Clinics are being looted, burned, or infiltrated, leaving millions without care. This includes access to sexual and reproductive health services, such as post-rape care, contraceptives, prophylactic care, and safe abortions. Local women-led organizations are often the first to respond and the last to leave a crisis. The Haitian Women's Collective's partner organizations are providing life-saving services with limited funding to address protection and justice needs, all while they themselves face displacement, harassment, and threats of violence. Despite extreme challenges, these groups are not only meeting immediate needs, but also building lasting solutions shaped by Haitians for Haiti. They are living proof that we must be treated as dignified, joyful, and capable architects of our own lives. Excellencies, as you are no doubt aware, the UN has been very present in a sovereign Haiti in its recent history, not always with positive outcomes. Recently, the UN reported that members of the UN-authorized multinational security support mission committed sexual violence in 2025. The MSS has now transitioned to the Gang Suppression Force, authorized to use more lethal force, but without satisfactory oversight or accountability mechanisms in place to protect human rights, provide support and justice for survivors, and prevent future abuses. Further, while BINU is working to address human rights abuses, root out corruption of government officials, and strengthen the judiciary, many Haitians feel these efforts have yet to make a real difference in their daily lives. So let me be clear that attempts to improve security through militarized and privately funded means while ignoring the concerns of our communities will not bring peace to Haiti. It is an absolute tragedy for our self-determination and sovereignty that we have not held elections in over 10 years. Haiti's constitution mandates a minimum quota of 30% for women's representation at all levels. This has never been achieved. In fact, many women do not run for public office or vote because they face such intense harassment and violent threats. What is more, in December 2025, the Transitional Presidential Council approved the decree regulating defamation and so-called press crimes, which will unduly restrict the right to freedom of expression. While it is critical that Haitians democratically choose their own leaders, elections cannot be held as long as armed gangs control large parts of the country. Voting under threat of violence or displacement and without access to independent media, a working judicial system, or a functioning civil society does not ensure a free or fair process. Further, foreign governments must not interfere in elections, including through sanctions or military pressure. Failure to meet these conditions undermines prospects for a stable democracy in Haiti. Excellencies, it is time to chart a new course for Haiti. I therefore conclude by calling on the Security Council to do the following. Demand full compliance with the UN arms embargo on Haiti. Call on all member states to take steps to stop the illegal flow of arms and ammunition. Condemn all forms of gender-based violence, including conflict-related sexual violence in Haiti, and enable the provision of comprehensive, non-discriminatory sexual and reproductive health services to survivors. Scale up resources for independent local organizations to continue their work to address sexual and gender-based violence. Call on the government of Haiti and international partners to support mechanisms for safe reporting by survivors and investigate and prosecute those responsible for all forms of gender-based violence, including through the new specialized Judicial Unit on Sexual Violence. Ensure that the GSF prevents the unlawful use of force by implementing mandatory oversight measures for protection of local populations and prioritize the deployment of human rights monitors and women protection advisors. Urge BINU to prioritize gender equality and women's human rights across its mandate, and to engage with local women-led and feminist organizations. Condemn targeting of all human rights defenders and frontline workers, including women. Demand that all peace, security, transitional, and political processes are Haitian-led and Haitian-owned, and ensure the full, equal, meaningful, and safe participation and leadership of diverse women throughout. Finally, in accordance with the international law, call on all member states to maintain temporary protection or refugee status for Haitians and refrain from forcibly returning people to Haiti while the crisis persists. Excellencies, Haitians are tired of empty promises. As the UN Secretary General said when he visited Port-au-Prince last month, the greatest disgrace in Haiti is not gang violence, but the indifference of a world that has looked the other way for far too long, while women and children pay the heaviest price. This is true not only of Haiti, but Afghanistan, Myanmar, Palestine, Sudan, and others, situations over which you have influence. Today, I urge you not to look the other way. You have the power to stop the violence and hold perpetrators accountable. Thank you.
Je remercie Madame Jocelyn pour son exposé.